Uh, yes, there's a huge confusion on the terminology because there's UAS, UAV, unmanned aircraft systems, unmanned aircraft vehicles, and drones. I personally use the term drone as to define those types of flying objects when you can purchase from the toy store, just like mini copters or just types, but that's not the case in the overall terminology. Drones tend to define all types of air vehicles, whether fixed wing or rotary, which are remotely controlled or fly by autopilots. An unmanned aircraft system is a more umbrella term, and I like the term because it defines it as a system of systems, which in fact, especially for the military or security users, is especially true because there is the air vehicle component, there are the payloads, sensors, radars, electro-optical cameras attached to it, and there is the ground control, there is the communication network, and there is all supporting ground systems as well, and all types of other systems. So in general, UAS or unmanned systems are system of systems. They need to be defined and used that way. You have to develop a concept of operation, whether they are hand-launched or whether they are strategic platforms that can remain airborne in like 48 hours or so. So that term defines a very, very wide range of applications and missions. That being said, moving on to Turkey, Turkey is a very interesting example to study both technically and for academically, because Turkey is one of the first countries, in fact the second country in NATO to invest in drones to use in the armed forces, because in mid-90s, right after the United States, Turkey purchased GNAT UAVs from General Atomics from US, and Turkey was the second military user of that type. And for the first couple of years in the learning curve, Turkish Army used those drones for artillery spotting and fire adjustment missions, but understandably that experience had a lot of bumps because Turkey did not have enough experience, human resource or infrastructure required to effectively operate the drones, but it was a nice experience nevertheless because Turkish decision makers, military and civilian decision makers, saw the importance of drones, especially in countering asymmetric threats like PKK terrorist threats. And then two simultaneous projects started. Just a very short history here. One is the direct procurement for meeting urgent requirements like the Heron. And the other one is the national development of a equivalent type of UAV for the long term, which resulted with the Anka, a very, very successful UAV project which produced different types, derivatives of UAVs, Block A, Block B, S, I, different types and different missions. And then we started another project for tactical level UAVs, which produced again two very successful UAVs, and one of them has become even more successful, which we know as the TB2 Bayraktar. And it's exported to Qatar, Ukraine, and it's very effectively being used in operations in Syria, northern Iraq, and internal security. So Turkey already saw the importance and effectivity of those drones, and by using them accumulated huge experience, tactical level, technological level, industrial level, and by exploiting those experiences, it created an avalanche effect. The performance of TB2 and Anka are exceptional in terms of endurance or ease of adaptation to various missions. Yes, we have a long way to go, but based on those experiences, now Turkish industry and Turkish end users have the self-confidence to invest in new projects like Aksungur, like Akıncı. They are more complicated systems. Like, to give a short example and then switch on the other distinguished panelists. Like TB2 has weapon carrying capability. It carries 2 or 4 laser-guided munitions, and it carries one single payload, electro-optical payload, and it can remain airborne for, I guess, more than 20 or 24 hours. But it carries just single type of payload. But Aksungur or Akıncı, Aksungur by TAI and Akıncı by Bayraktar, they are carrying multiple different types of payloads. Exactly, even sonobuoy for anti-submarine warfare. So, they will transmit, they are transmitting, or they will have the capability to transmit their data in real time through satellite communications. And all these critical subsystems are being developed by Turkish industries. So, Turkish end user, military users, Army, Air Force, Navy, will need to have sensor fusion, intelligence gathering, analysis capabilities in real time. That will create the second big step in the effective warfighting capabilities of Turkish armed forces, and also based on the successes of these systems, it will have the chance to create huge export opportunities for the industry as well.